Hi, this is Jen from Books, Bargains, Blessings, and I had the flu a couple weeks ago, so I didn't get any videos out. So now this is what sold in September, part 1. So let's get started. This is a cross-stitch kit of the Maryland Heritage stamp put out by the post office in 1983. This was in the big lot of craft stuff that I bought off of Craigslist for $60, and this sold for $10. This sold within 24 hours of me selling it. It's a Tootsie Elmo and Zoe Sesame Street sleeveless puffer jacket, and I paid 10 cents on the last day of a yard sale for it, and it sold for $13. I'm not usually a big clothing person, but when I saw this, I thought it would sell and sell quickly, and it did. I bought this with some other cross-stitch patterns about a year ago. It only sold for $6, and I paid 25 cents for it. Personally, I absolutely love this series of cross-stitch books, but evidently others don't have the affinity for them that I do. So would I pick this up again? In case you do not know, there are collectors of Scratch and Sniff stickers. I run a Facebook group called Scratch and Sniff Collectors Buy, Sell, and Trade. If you see Scratch and Sniff stickers that are vintage at a yard sale or somewhere, don't pass them up. People actually want those. I have my collection from when I was a kid, and I love Scratch and Sniff stickers. This, I think I paid $2 for. I found it online in a clearance, shall we say, clearance closeout type of website, and I paid $2 for it, and it sold for $10. This is something that I found at my grandma's trailer. My grandma died in April, and she moved into another place about 10 years ago, and she did not clean up anything from where she had been living before. She owned the trailer, but my uncle had owned the property. Anyway, I walked into her sewing room. I saw this. I thought, I can get like $15 out of this really quick and really easily. And yes, I did. Except I'm training my husband, whom I love, but he does grate on my nerves on occasion. And he was packing. I'm training him to do eBay in case I'm sick or something, which I did have the flu here recently. So he was packing this, got the label mixed up with another item. And it took me well over a month to get both of the items to who they needed to go to and to make the customers happy and all of that. So it sold, but I didn't get any money for it. This is the item that my husband messed up the labels on. This is a cookbook. I have a repeat customer from Virginia who loves Virginia cookbooks. And I was able to make her happy. I don't know how happy I made her husband, because the way that I gave her a discount and whatever, she ended up spending more money with me. And I thought, I need the money. I'm going to give her a good discount, move some of the cookbooks that I've had sitting around for a while, because I live in West Virginia, and I find a lot of Virginia cookbooks in the area. So this one I didn't really get paid for, but this customer was really easy to work with. The other one, she wasn't on the computer much, and it was a nightmare. So I'm glad that this customer, who's online daily, was easily, was one of those ones easy to work with. This is a silver-plated, or gold-plated, rather, Paul Bryant Silversmith's Easter 1972 plate. It is a number 70 of 500. I really have no idea, what this, and you can't even see it well because, I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would want a gold-plated plate to commemorate Easter, but evidently they did in 1972, and they still do, because I sold this for $50, and I paid $5 for it. I've had this for about 3 years. It was in the batch of trucker hats that I bought for $10, I think, for the box, $8, I don't know. I paid 8 cents each, in final for each hat. This sold for $7.50. I'm a WVU fan. This is Marshall University. I'm glad to have a Marshall University item out of this house. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this. Just an average sale. This is a Disney 25 Years of Walt Disney World ornament. I thought these would sell better than what they do. It sold for $10. I believe I paid 50 cents for it. Since I don't have enough subscribers to monetize my my channel, I wanted to just tell everybody about this app that I love. It is called Very Dice. You can play for free. You can do in-app purchases, but I never do. I've redeemed several times from it. They have eBay and Amazon gift certificates as well as others. And I just play in my free time. And I have won different stuff. I'm just about ready to redeem for an eBay gift certificate. And if you want to sign up and use code 1527882, then I will get some spins and you will get some extra spins. So I hope you do. Now back to what sold. I can't remember like I used to, and so I don't know if this was that I've had this for a year or 2 years or possibly even 3. I do remember where I bought it though. This sold for $50. It's a 1968 library-bound Year of Gourmet magazine. My buyer is looking for other years. So if you do run onto something like this, get it, put it on eBay. I don't have any more of the years that she wants, but maybe you can come across one. I paid $3 for this and sold it for $50. I brought a huge tub of cookbooks home from my grandmother's trailer that she left in 2008 and just left it as it was when she left. This was one of them. It is a cookbook from the Almonds family, AWMANS family, who lived in Preston County, West Virginia. I put this on at $25. I got full price for it. That is more than I typically will list a cookbook for, but it had family history stuff in it as well. So somebody who's into the family history of the Almond family, they would want this. Somebody who likes to collect stuff from Preston County, West Virginia, would want this. So it had a few things going for it, and I got full price in probably about 2 weeks. This is another one of those 2015 Winnie the Pooh Baby First Christmas ornaments. I have talked about these each time I've sold them. They usually go to Australia, and once again, I had an Australian buyer purchasing this. It sold for $10, and I paid $1 for it in 2016, so I've had it for 2 years, at a Hallmark Christmas clearance. This was a very interesting item I found from my grandmother's estate. WVU, West Virginia University, has Mountaineer Week every year, like around homecoming, and there's all kinds of cool stuff that happens. I remember when they used to do the Pack a PRT car. There's kind of like a monorail system that goes through campus to connect the different areas. And I could go into why that is, but I doubt you'd be interested in it. But let's just say the PRT is very cool. Back in the 70s, they did do the Pack a PRT car. They did not when I was a student. And they stuff as many people as they can into a PRT car. And it's always a lot of fun. Well, this is a program from Mountaineer Week in 1974. Seneca glass, there's people who collect Seneca glass. It used to be in Morgantown. It's since shut down. And I think this article is so funny because it says, no stereotypes invited to Mountaineer Field. And it was years before they had a female Mountaineer. But anyway, this was in my grandma's estate. I put it on for $40 and it sold within a month. And I thought I priced it too high. Now this, I think, is one of the coolest items I have sold all year. This was from my grandmother's estate. My uncle gave it to me to put on eBay. There was no money left out of the estate. He basically said I could take whatever I wanted out of her house, and I did so with a lot of thought of eBay. She had burned the stuff that I really wanted so that I could never get it. She was not always a nice woman. This is a signed ceramic football from 1971, and it is signed by the Mountaineers at West Virginia University football team. When Bobby Bowden was coach there, he required his players to take a ceramics class taught by my grandmother. You can see here there's crazing, but I mean, it's such a unique item. And my grandmother taught ceramics to the WVU football team for several years. And each year she would have all of them sign a ceramic football for her to keep. And you can see 71, some of the crazing here. A few of these football players actually went on to the pros. Not that they made a big name or anything like that, but they did. And this is like the ultimate item, in my opinion, for any WVU fan man cave kind of thing. There's only one like this in the world. Now, I have sold 2 of the other ones. I think there was 4 in total. I sold 2 of the other ones over the years, and possibly the 4th. I'm not sure. But there was only 4. And this, of course, cost me nothing because it came out of my grandmother's estate, and it sold for $130. I did put it on auction. I was hoping that it would go up more than that, but it didn't. But this has to be one of the most unique items I've ever sold. And this one is sold for more than any other that I ever sold on eBay. And we are almost through all of her stuff. And there's not another one of these. So this is going to be the last one that will ever be on eBay unless somebody that I sold to before puts theirs on eBay at some point in the future. So that's what's not sold in the first half of September. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will be back soon.